genius. I'm better than you in every way. There's not even a contest. I will squirt at you. What is up, everybody? Nick LegoStava here, and in today's video, I'm going to be comparing the Transformers Kingdom Beast Wars Megatron and the original Beast Wars mold, but the, not G1 accurate, the animation accurate coloring Walmart exclusive Beast Wars Megatron. So in this video, I will compare both of these in both modes with size comparisons for both modes, and as well, I will briefly compare their boxes, because seeing both of these in store at the same time could confuse some people, so I'll briefly compare the boxes as well. So let's get into it. So right here, we have the Walmart exclusive Beast Wars original mold model. And right here, we have the Transformers Kingdom model, leader class and leader class. Now you'll see that both of these are kind of similar in size. The head on the original one is bigger. Let's move this camera back just a bit so you can see. This one can be a little taller. It really all is in how you pose them. But one thing I will say about the original Beast Wars mold is it is a lot more compact in the way that all the panels go. Like, it just looks a lot smoother in those ways, because this is hard plastic. This is kind of like a rubberized textured plastic. But really, in some ways, the original is better here, because look at all these panels here and how just gappy it is. You know, it's especially around the neck of this guy. Like, look at this. The necks of these guys. This one looks like you got his neck freaking cut open in multiple spots. It's pretty crazy looking. But right here, the legs kind of have that gap issue because these were gigantic panels. And you'll see that in robot mode, how big those really are. And the feet, you can just see how different the feet are. This, you had a completely molded different plastic color for the toes. This right here is just painted on the purple. Oops, almost knocked the camera back because I pulled it back too far. And then the heads right here, this has a water squirting gimmick. So you put water in there and it'll squirt, just kind of how women do around me. And this one doesn't have that feature. So that's kind of, that ignites my childlike ways in my mind a little bit, having features like that, as well as these having launchers on the leg. So it's just kind of fun to have those features. And I'm sure people that had the original toy back in the day, which I didn't, but a friend did, that one was gray, but I do remember it. I do remember how cool those were in my mind as a kid, of having that stuff squirting around and shooting out. But yeah, definitely the main disappointment here is just the giant gaps in the legs there. You know, you can kind of pose it in ways that that's not as apparent, but right here there's just gaps and panels and everything all over the Kingdom. So it's almost a tie in this category, because they're both pretty good. I do like that the head on this is a little bigger, but I also don't like the screw marks right on the head. This one doesn't have that. So that's that. This also has a blast effect in the mouth that you can put in there. This one, like I said, squirts water. I don't have it filled up right now, but after this video, I will be filling that up. So let's get some size comparisons in both modes here. We have Kingdom Scorponok. We have, I'll pull the camera back in a second. We have my stand-in for Tarantulas, which is just the recolor from the Buzzworthy line. And we have Rat Trap. So that's kind of what these are looking like. Like I said, this one in a few areas, its proportions are a little bigger, but overall these are pretty similar in size in beast mode. So let's get these transformed up, and then we will talk about their robot modes. So let's do that. Boom. Got them transformed up. Let's quickly go over articulation, because I know that I forgot that in the other part, but I'm putting this before that. So this has ankle tilt, and this does not have ankle tilt. This has waist rotation. This does have waist rotation, surprisingly. This has a little hand on the arm that can also be moved up and down slightly. So that's nice. That's another point of articulation this doesn't have. This arm is also a lot more mobile than it is on this one. It's pretty similar articulation-wise, but because of this just being a little more nimble than that one and smaller, you can definitely get this one in a lot more poses than that one, of course. And what else? Also all kinds of swivels. This one is just, I mean, this beats out this articulation, just not only because of the proportions, but just because it beats it out in many ways. But continuing on with the video. Differences here. in these two molds and in the like 20 years or so in between these. So I think you know which ones are which. This one is the Kingdom Leader class, and this one is the original Beast Wars Walmart exclusive colorway deco Beast Wars. All right. So I don't know what it was in my head that I thought that the arm was able to be detached. I don't know what that is, if that's like Mandela effect or something, but I thought that this arm had a hand on it and that this could be detached and this could be a regular arm. I don't know why I thought that. Can someone tell me? Was there one out there that existed? Is there a Megatron out there that that's a feature on? Because I remember that, but apparently that's not the case. And I don't know if mine's defective or something because I can't get the arm to click in and stay in. And I've tried to fiddle with it. I know there's like a play feature where that launches out and also where the hand is kind of auto-morphing and moving when you move it. But I don't know. Maybe my arm is just defective on mine or something. I'll have to look into that some more. But you can just see the proportional differences and all kinds of things. Like, look at these giant missile launching pods on this leg here. Let's launch one of those out. Wow, that was pretty weak, honestly. I thought that was going to fly out and hit the camera or something, but it did not. And then over here, you can see how small that is. I'm just trying to get him to balance. His heel spurs don't want to stay down. And over here, you can see how small those are. So just, it's really no contest in this mold. Kingdom is the winner for not only accuracy, but proportions and just how it looks. It is better. I probably will still end up doing some custom paint apps on him to make him a little bit more cartoon accurate. But irregardless, I actually have a recommendation. So, of course, if you're an adult collector, I would go with the Kingdom. But if you're getting this for a kid to actually play with, which is barely anybody out there, I would actually go with this one because this has more play features and stuff like that to go with. You can also detach the water gun here, and that's, you fill this up. That thing looks weird. But you can also then just freely move the dinosaur mouth. Probably I could put some floor polish in there and make that easier to just pose without that. But I do kind of like the size of the head on this one a little more. I know it looks a little bit weirder in robot mode, but I think that this one I'm going to have in beast mode and this one I'm going to have in robot mode because the original one still has a place in my collection. That's why I got it, because I was like, I kind of like how that looks. So, and this also has another feature that a lot of the old Beast Wars toys had, is the masks that flipped over on the faces. It's pretty strange, and if you don't like it there, you can, of course, pretty easily pop those off without breaking them. And overall, like I said, let's just do a spin around here. You can see the differences in back kibble. This being, of course, giant chunks of just hard plastic. And then this over here being the rubberized stuff. I know that's supposed to transform differently, but that's how I have it. Just so on the shelf it's not as cumbersome. Also, more things about this that I like, that this has the notch joints opposed to just free moving joints like that, because these are they're honestly kind of loose on mine. I still need to put some floor polish in there, but you can just hear these are all, I know there's a different name for it, but I just can't think of it right now. Click joints. Son of a bitch, I wish I could think of it, but I can't think of what those are called. But this has those there, and then the knees are definitely a lot tougher on this one. And just overall, we don't know how this rubberized stuff is going to age. You know, how will this age? Sometimes it can age perfectly fine, but sometimes rubberized stuff can become brittle. But this, I think this will definitely, I mean, you don't have to worry about this hard plastic, really, unless you just leave it sit on the sun for like 10 years. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And also, someone tell me if you have the original Beast Wars one. Was this hollowness there on the original one too? Because I also don't remember that, but it could be. It could just be a thing for this new re-release of it. But that's that. I don't think I'm going to get the Optimus Primal one. I think I'm going to pass on that one. But let me quickly compare the boxes of these. This is, of course, the original boxing for this. And then this is the Kingdom box. So, you know, if you're not really well-versed in Transformers. But I've seen both of these in the store at the same time at Walmart, because this is a Walmart exclusive as far as I know. Pretty sure, yeah. But definitely like that they did the Beast Wars box. Really nice throwback. There's the others that one just looks really weird to me. The proportions look weird. I could hit it with Krylon matte finish spray to remove the shininess of it, but it looks really off to me. But yeah, I definitely wanted to get Megatron. That was the one I wanted to get from that. Then the Kingdom box is just pretty much the standard that they've been doing for War for Cybertron, just with different colors for each iteration of it. But yep, there you go. That's this. And I guess I'll throw in a few more size comparisons here in this, even though they're both they're similar size. The Kingdom one is taller, just by a bit. But here is Kingdom Waspinator and Kingdom Tigatron. So that's what that's looking like. And that's what that's looking like. I have done some custom paintwork to him, but I'll talk more about that in my Kingdom Roundup video once I get a few more Kingdom figures that I need. But that's what that's looking like. I don't think the scale is too bad, like I said, because they're similar sized. But yeah, still has a place in my collection. The original mold in Dino mode and play feature mode. That's what I'll call it, the play feature Beast Wars Megatron. So there you go. Have a great one. If you're new, watch other videos. Decide if you want to subscribe. If you're already subscribed, thank you very much. Please be sure to drop a like, drop comments. I read them all. Have a great one. Peace. Bye-bye. Yes, I have double vision, 'cause I'm seeing two of me. I've been lifting in Dino mode. My arms are buff as fuck.